Hello, I'm Nari McDiarmid from Mining Journal, and today I'm speaking with Brian Johnson, the Executive Chairman of Cuba-focused emerging developer Antilles Gold. Now, Brian, if we come back to in a few minutes your near-term mining project, which is expected to be in production within about 2 years, you've just added a new project to your development pipeline, New Horizons, and that hosts a 40-kilometre long polymetallic mineral belt in Cuba. So what does this addition mean for the company?
No, firstly, thank you for having me with you. This property is really interesting. It's been previously explored. It's extensive, as you said, 40 kilometres long. It's an entire VMS-style polymetallic belt. It's had 4 producing mines on it in the past. It's got about 16 identified mineralised targets, some of which are silver and gold rich. So it gives you an opportunity, or gives us an opportunity to go along at a reasonable pace in exploring. We're going to do an airborne geophysical survey first and confirm the targets that others have identified in the past. And then we'll get going with a drilling program. But the potential of this property is really to develop a centralised concentrator to produce a copper and zinc concentrates with some gold and silver credits in them. And that plant could be fed from a number of smaller pits. I don't think the property or the concession is going to lead to a giant, but there's a lot of potential within its totality. So it's a very important project for us.
Well, Brian, in terms of the exploration you have planned there, and I think a goal to have scoping studies in hand by the end of 2023, rather than an equity raise, can you explain why you're considering a redeemable convertible note for $5 million US?
Well, the aim there is obviously to minimise dilution with the existing and future shareholders. Like any small company, that we've got to raise capital going forward, particularly for our first project. But by writing a redeemable, therefore repayable convertible note, we have certainty of the $5 million that we need for the exploration program outside the development capital. And hopefully, and as we would expect, the share price should increase in time with the La Demajagua mine being developed, and also from the drilling results that we'll get out of the exploration itself. So hopefully the issue price over that for that $5 million will be at increasing prices rather than current.
Now, you've just referred to La Demajagua, which is the near-term mining project, and that's in joint venture with the government-owned mining company Geominera. Can you explain how the joint venture is working there and how development plans are progressing?
Yes, well, we've established this joint venture in August, after 2 years of negotiation, 2.5 actually. Negotiation. We established the joint venture in August 2020. We established an office in Havana to supervise the drilling program and start the definitive feasibility study. We had the advantage with this particular property, which is the largest known gold deposit in the country, that there was existing 50,000 metres of drilling by Canadians. So there's a fair degree of certainty that it was going to be, it's going to be a 2 million ounce ore body. It's not huge, but it's not a bad size. And it's a very nice start for a relatively small company because the capital costs are not so high. So we've progressed that. We've got a fully established office in Havana, as I said, with all the technical people that we need. We've completed 27,000 metres of drilling last year. The DFS will be completed in November this year, and early next we will start the infrastructure construction. And I expect the main bulk of the mine development will start about mid next year, and we'll commission it about a year later. So very happy with the progress.
I mean, it sounds like you've got a lot on, but aside from that, your next priority, if we could touch on that, it's the El Pilar deposit, which I've heard you describe as having company-making potential in its own right. What do you have planned there?
Well, I have to say to you that the description of company maker came from our exploration director, who's a very experienced Australian geologist with PhD. He's currently based in Colombia. He's worked in Latin America for many years and been responsible for some pretty major finds. he is more excited about this probably than I am, because I'm an engineer rather than a geologist. He's quantified the potential as a 500 million tonne ore body. That's an open pit potential. The drilling results into the top of this porphyry deposit, copper and gold it is, higher, he tells me, than they are normally over a porphyry deposit. And if we get continuity of those results as we drill down into the ore body, then we'll determine whether he's right about it being a company maker or not. But it looks to be at least a project. And we rank this as our second project. And I'm very confident, and as is our exploration people, that we'll have a mine there probably a year or so after Demajagua is completed.
Well, Brian, you've got some busy months ahead. All the best, and thanks for the update today.
Thank you. Thanks very much.